Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the Monroe Institute. My next guest is Laura. She's actually one of the participants with me, or I could say one group members. We pretty much just wrapped up the program. We've all had a blast, had very different experiences, but kind of the same experience at the same time.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, definitely. Just because it's not really reality, it's perception of reality. But also, Laura, she's a medium where she can actually contact people from the there beyond, like dead people, right?
Yes, yes, I am. Yeah,
Um,
thanks for having me.
yeah, of course. How does that work? Like I always wondered how the medium works.
Well, when somebody comes to me and wants to connect with a relative that is crossed over, I um, sit there with them and try not to learn anything about them other than who they want to connect with, whether it's mom, dad, brother, husband, wife. And so that person is who I focus on, that relationship. And I call that person to us, whether I know their name or not. Usually I don't. And I just close my eyes and focus on that person, and they come to me. Sometimes I see uh, a, a face, or other times I see a picture, a piece of clothing, but I get messages, whether it's a word or an object or something, and I say what I get. And then I get some kind of validation from the client.
Like they freak out and start yelling like, "Oh my God, my husband's here in the room."
Usually they stay calm because it's kind of, um,
They come to you. They're asking,
they're asking.
so they kind of
Yeah.
know what environment they're walking into.
Yeah.
Versus you walk up to someone, you knock on their door, some random person.
No, no, it's
You're
usually
like,
friend or family or a
Okay,
client that I'm doing hypnotherapy on or something
okay,
like that.
that's good. You never
Yeah.
do it for like strangers.
No, I don't go up to, no, it's not like the Long
Strangers.
Island medium that goes up to strangers in the store.
Who?
No. You've never heard of the Long Island medium?
No.
Oh, she's a well-known
She
medium.
just
She
walks
has
up
a
to
show.
she walks up to people in the store randomly and just scares the
Yeah.
shit out of them.
Yeah, she'll have her crew with her, and they'll go into some store and she'll be buying shoes, and then she'll get um a feeling, and she'll go up to a stranger and say, introduce herself, and she'll do it for them. I don't get those kind of feelings. People don't spirits don't come to me. I usually just try and connect for the people I'm with.
Cool. That's.
Yeah, it's
But I would think like isn't like intrusive if you randomly just go up to people.
Yeah,
And
I don't do that.
all right, good. Just
Yeah.
making sure. I would probably do that just for fun.
You
Just
would after knowing you this week.
yeah. I just like being a little prankster, but like that's crossing the line. Like people you love dearly.
Well, she does it in a healing way,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's gentle, but
What did you think of the way that we did it with the Monroe Institute? Is that like complete different?
this was about consciousness and exploring other, I don't know, call them
Modalities? Yeah,
dimensions,
dimensions.
yeah, different things like that. So we went out there and tried to reach our guides and our loved ones that have crossed over, and it was more personal for us, and we tried to get messages from the other side, in some of the exercises we did, and some of us did and some of us didn't, and that was okay. We had our own experiences.
Did you find it rewarding?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recommend it
Yeah.
to other people?
Yeah, I'd say if you're into spirituality and expanding your consciousness, this is a great program.
Even if you're not and you're into like self care, there's a lot of tools
Yeah.
or like how you could like manifest things like the patterning.
Yeah. Bob Monroe is who this program is created by, and he calls it patterning. I call it manifesting.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's also other ones for like healing purposes. There's something the deck, and there's also like color healing where you pick a certain color and you pinpoint it at a certain body part that really needs to recharge and
Yeah.
heal,
Yeah.
and your body just heals it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Deck, you mentioned that's the Dolphin Energy Club, and we imagined dolphins going inside of our body, shrinking them, and going to the places in our body that needed healing. And I healed my knee.
Is it heal? Well, yeah. Is it feeling a lot better now?
Yeah, it's much better. It used to bother me every time I'd go up and down the stairs.
But now you're good.
Now it's fine. I go up and down the stairs fine. It doesn't bother me at all.
You ready to play rugby? Or
Oh yeah,
yeah, right. I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not
Miss
ready.
Unathletic here.
Yeah, but some people would say that's crazy. But this institution has been around for over 60 years,
Yeah.
and they have a lot of money, and they're backed up. There's a lot of government employees that have come through here, funded by the government, and there's also a lot of like brain science behind it. There's fMRIs. They're working with different universities.
Yeah,
They're
this is a
international.
nonprofit organization.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. I mentioned that to John. This is a nonprofit organization, so they're not out to get your money, really.
Yeah.
They're actually out to make the world a better place.
Yeah, they want to educate and help people grow personally and expand your experiences and give you
Yeah.
experiences. Yeah.
I feel like some people just come here to have like an out of body experience, which is kind of like what Bob Monroe is known for, but there's so much more.
I've never had an out of body experience. That's not why I come here.
That's not when I come here, but I had it numerous times.
Did you?
Yeah, and like I
Yeah.
didn't really want to like talk to anyone from different beyond our life, but I
Yeah.
had a lot of that too.
Did
Now I know how
you?
to get there easily.
Now you can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that I want to, but I mean it's kind of coming to me really easily. It's kind of like
That's
shocking,
great.
but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, things happen as they're supposed to.
yeah,
We're on our paths and things happen when and where they're supposed to happen. So,
yeah.
yeah.
You also said you do hypnotherapy.
Yeah, I've been a hypnotherapist for about 15 years now,
That's awesome.
and it's all about healing. I'm not going to make you quack like a duck.
Can you, if someone voluntarily,
You're going to make me choke on that one. Um, of course, I could, but I wouldn't because it's all about healing. It's all
is
about
it
healing.
possible to like you said? I think we talked about it the first day, second day. Like you could shake someone's hand. Not that you would, but it's highly unethical. But you can also kind of like hypnotize them into doing something. Is that possible?
Yeah, there's entertainment hypnotherapists, and they can do a quick induction. Those are called inductions, where
Yeah.
you induce hypnosis rather quickly. There's a handshake one, and putting your hands on the shoulders and kind of shifting someone quickly. There's a couple different ways of doing it, but I do a 15-minute relaxation induction where I guide you into hypnosis through this relaxation induction.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, like, is there a way to protect yourself from that? Let's say if like they're government agents or like high-profile celebrities, and some people wanna, hypnotize them.
I don't understand the question.
Some people want to take advantage of those people. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking. Is there a possible way to like put up a guard against that? Or
well, it's trust is very important. So
yeah,
people that come to me have usually heard about me and have talked to people that have had the experience and know that they can trust me.
perfect.
So I just watched a movie on Netflix the other day where there was a male hypnotherapist and he was abusing women, and it was a TV show and it wasn't real,
Okay.
but people have those fears. One of the participants here said to me, she says, "I'm afraid to go to a male hypnotherapist because
Really?
I'm afraid of being taken advantage of." So that's out there, and it's sad and it upsets me to know that people are afraid, but that's a natural
I feel like
fear.
those people are the ones that are like known. They've overcome all that. Like if you go 10 years doing it, you have a lot of clientele,
Yeah.
and there's no smoke. There's really no fire,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true. People have their reputations and
And careers.
careers. Yeah, absolutely. So I would say, just go based on word of mouth, and, don't be afraid of a male hypnotherapist, because if he's got his years of experience and he's got his reputation and you get a good referral, whether you want a man or a woman, it shouldn't matter. We're all here to help you heal. That's what's important to me, at least.
Awesome. Is it possible for you to hypnotize them and they could heal a lot faster, like physically?
Yes. What I do is I teach people how to do self hypnosis, and whether it's through me or through themselves, you can heal while in hypnosis.
Nice. Because I've heard that numerous times. People just healing a lot, just regenerating, as they will say, a lot quicker.
Yeah, you get back to your original blueprint is
Yeah, yeah,
is the
yeah.
terminology.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
you'll become superhuman, but like at least like
No.
you're hurt and then you get back to where you need
Yeah.
to be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
possible.
A lot
Okay.
of these exercises we've done here have been, you might call meditation, but I also go into self hypnosis. So it's very similar. The two are very
They
similar.
are. And the the hemisync makes it easier for you.
Yeah, it
It kind of
does.
stops the chatter in your head.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know hemisync, it's just like binary beats.
Hmm.
That Robert Monroe, aka Bob Monroe, he's the one that invented it, and it kind of shuts off your talking brain, so
Hmm.
you don't like contradict yourself, or there's no really loud chatter in your brain, so you're able to relax and then just go into these certain brain waves,
Yeah, it's has to do with the hertz being at different
frequencies.
frequencies. Thank you.
Like
That's the
for
word.
example, if your left brain is at 100 and your right brain is at 104, it
Hmm.
will adjust itself the difference, which is 4.
Yeah, in your ears,
Yeah, in your
in the
ears,
headset.
in the headset. So
Yeah.
your brain just adjusts itself, not
Yeah.
the headset. That it's purposely meant to be off,
Right. Right.
which is awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah. But when I do healing, I do healing through hypnotherapy, but I also do healing through energy healing. And the way I describe it as I get help from my guides, and they send the healing through me as a channel, and I send it through my hands or through my voice or through my eyes, but usually it's through my hands. And the client is the one doing the healing work. It My energy triggers the healing in them.
Okay, like a ripple effect in a sense.
It's kind of like
Yeah. Okay, it's kind of like
it comes from up here and then it comes through me and then it goes to you.
nice, but they have to be open to it.
They have to be open to it and they have to believe.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you came to me for healing but didn't believe that it was going to work,
Why would you
you've
even
put up
come
a
though?
block.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know, if somebody tries to get their wife to come, if the husband tries to get the wife to come and the wife doesn't believe, whether it's hypnotherapy or energy healing, I won't work with them. They have to
Good,
want the the modality, the
good.
experience.
I think I said this to you yesterday. Yeah, sometimes you have to jump so the net appears.
Yeah, I loved it when you said that. I have
Yeah,
that magnet on my
it's one
refrigerator.
of my favorite sayings because sometimes you just have to believe, but you truly deep down inside you have to believe that it's gonna happen, and then you
Yeah,
jump, and guess what? The net appears.
yeah. And I always tell the story of my dad when he was terminal with cancer. I went to visit him in Colorado. I live in California.
Yeah,
And he was in a lot of pain. He had bone cancer. And he I offered to do hypnotherapy on him where I do pain management. And I said, Dad, I can ease your discomfort. I don't like to use the word pain.
yeah,
And he said, Okay, Laura, I'll let you. But he was a little skeptical. It wasn't that he didn't believe completely. And normally I wouldn't have taken him on as a client, but he was my dad and I knew I could help him. So I
yeah.
kind of pushed a little bit. And the session went great. I eased his discomfort. He went under hypnosis very easily because he trusted me. And within half an hour, his pain was diminished tremendously.
Good,
And he said afterwards, Laura, you turned a skeptic into a believer.
nice.
So I always like to tell that story that even if somebody is not 100% sure, they come to me as a last resort so many times. And so they're desperate.
Just keep taking those pills. Oh,
Stop.
no, well, seriously, I mean, like if I'm thinking about it, if they come to you as a last resort, really, they probably just want the pills as a first resort.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
go to acupuncture. They didn't
Yeah.
go to massage. They
Yeah.
didn't go to meditation, which all those things has great effects
Yeah.
without any side effects.
Well, he was terminal and he was on pain pills. You're right, he was. Um, and I didn't tell him to stop taking the pills. You're right, I didn't. But at that moment, I helped ease his pain.
I feel like for me, the last resort would be just going to medicine because they have like bad side effects. My first thing would
Yeah.
be really just to meditate on my own and do it because I have
Yeah.
those tools,
Yeah.
and then like maybe go to acupuncture and a hypnotherapist.
Yeah.
The last resort would be pills because
Yeah.
those have side effects.
Yeah. But what I can do is teach you how to do self hypnosis so you can do pain management on your own so that you don't need me there
Perfect.
facilitating the process every time.
And I'll put your information on just in case anyone wants to reach out to you.
Okay,
You
great.
you can do it digitally like via like Zoom.
Yeah, I do Zoom sessions.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And as far as medium work, because it's a little hard concept for me to grasp, were you like born with that talent?
No, that happened. I started connecting with my grandpa when he died. I was very close to my grandma and grandpa growing up. We saw them almost every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I'd hang out with grandma, and mom and grandma and I would hang out, and grandpa would do his own thing. But I loved him
I do too. Same.
so much. And he passed away, and I went in the room with him laying on the bed at the hospital room, and I walked in, and I was at peace. And I looked at him and I said, "Wow, Grandpa, you have all the answers." And it wasn't sad. I wasn't sad for him being gone. I was in awe of him now being in heaven and having all the answers. And it was just such a emotional moment for me, and we connected on such a different level. And after that, he started coming to me in songs, words. I got messages from him. Somehow we just connected, and I started being able to talk to him and hear his voice and smell his cologne
Beautiful.
in the car when it wasn't around me.
Was it only when you were like happy and like your mind was open, just
No,
randomly?
randomly.
Really?
One time I was really upset. Um, I was very upset, and I said, "Grandpa, help me." And then my doctor called at that exact moment, and I needed to talk to him about something. And I really believe Grandpa reached out to him and got him to call me.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you should say that's what do they call it? Coincidence, but nah. At this point, it's beyond that.
I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in
Yeah,
synchronicities.
synchronicities. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Like
yeah.
what I told you about that one girl off air, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool too.
yeah. Synchronicities.
Hey, hey, if it's meant to happen, why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I thought a lot of people that are mediums, they're kind of born with it. Uh,
Sometimes our gifts develop over time,
yeah,
or we don't know we have them until something triggers it. Like I didn't know I had the energy healing ability until I was at a hypnotherapy training class, and the participants were all in a circle, and the teacher was working on a, a, a girl that was a lady that was getting a session, and he said, "Send your support," and my hands started tingling and sending energy, and I didn't know I could do that.
yeah. I've done that. It's called coherence healing. The people name it different things,
Yeah,
but it's healing
yeah,
at the end of the
yeah.
day.
But now I can do the mediumship readings as requested.
Nice. So
Yeah,
so you've been doing this for about 15 years.
the hypnotherapy 15 years. My grandpa died 30 years ago, so I've been doing mediumship work for about 30 years.
Okay. And
Yeah,
because now people are more open to spirituality.
yeah.
Like my parents are totally open to me, like meditating, doing all
Oh,
these things.
good.
They love that. They love that. I mean,
Mhm.
because they've seen the improvement in me,
Yeah.
big time. But I feel like 15, 20, even 30 years ago, definitely 30 years ago, people are not as open to
No, no.
it.
I describe it as I came out of the spiritual closet,
The
and it
spiritual closet.
took me a while to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it because like I just see it ruining relationships and just maybe like even your work life balance? Because people like this weird job, this nut job talks to like dead people. But like I've done that too. So it's like
Yeah,
am I part of the group? Am I not? Can everyone do it? But
yeah,
I didn't know I could do it. But someone kind of walked me through the steps, and I
yeah,
was like, okay, I guess anyone could do this.
yeah. Well, it ruined my marriage,
Well,
becoming
congratulations.
spiritual. Yeah, it needed to happen. I was married 22 years, and my husband was embarrassed by my interests of hypnotherapy and mediumship and intuition and spirituality. And finally, I came to Monroe 11 years ago and came to a class and met people like me, and I was accepted.
You were here 11 years ago.
Yeah, I was here 11 years
Which
ago.
which
That was
class did you take?
energy body. That was my
Ah, that's
first
awesome.
class. And after coming here, I realized, wow, I'm not alone. It's not woo woo like I called it.
Yeah.
And so 6 months later, after taking the class, I asked my husband for divorce, and I said, I don't need to be treated this way. I'm better than
Did you
this.
give him an ultimatum? At least like, listen,
No,
either you accept me or.
no, I just asked for it, and he said weeks later, he said, "I'm glad you had the courage to do what I didn't have the courage
So
to."
so you guys ended on like peacefully.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
amicable.
got it. But imagine that same thing happened to Robert Monroe, the guy who built this place back in the 50s. Because when he was doing it, there was no handbook, there was no
No.
internet, and that
Yeah.
stuff in the Western world was like the devil's work.
Yeah.
And
Luckily, Nancy supported him,
yeah,
but I didn't get that support.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Um, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to follow your dreams.
Yeah. And communicate with your family and friends and explain to them how important it is to you and they don't have to agree with you. They just have to support you.
True. Um, I see it a lot of times at these different meditation retreats. Not this one in particular, but people do like the Kundalini breath, where they're like fresh out of like they've never meditated and they have like a full blown mystical experience.
Hmm.
And then after that, they have something called the dark night of the soul. Have you heard of that?
I have. I have. I know somebody very close to me that has gone through that and is still in that, and it's hard. It's very hard. And you have to let them work through it. You can't yank them out of it.
Yeah, but I feel like they know it's real. But when they go back and tell their family's like, all right, this person's lost their marbles. And so
Hmm.
there's that. And then the person's like, wait, maybe. And then they start second guessing themselves.
Yeah.
Like, so what's going on here? But I think, I don't know. I don't know what the correct answer is really.
Sometimes making a suggestion of some tools that have worked for you without saying I think you should do this, but say, "Wow, this tool that I learned has been really helpful to me, and this is what I do." Maybe they'll think twice about trying it.
Yeah?
That's a possibility.
Okay.
But you try telling somebody what they should and shouldn't do, and we have this joke in our house. My son always says, "No forcing, mom.
No forcing.
No forcing."
What if she and your sons take out the trash? Then what?
When it comes to important
I know. I'm
things,
just yeah,
when
I'm
it
just
comes
messing
to
around.
important things,
Yeah,
no
that is very
forcing.
important because I feel like it's a very sensitive place because a lot of people are still, I guess, in the closet
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
comes to stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, yeah, they are in the closet. Maybe they, but here's the thing: like, there's been studies where like 89% of the population has experienced or heard of some phenomenon, or
Hmm.
like whether it's ESP, parapsychology, I don't know, like those sightings, UFOs. Most people have seen this stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
so it's kind of ignorant to say it's not possible.
yeah,
I like to say it's never happened to me, but it's possible. But now it's freaking happened to me too. So like I don't know what to say.
yeah. Now, what do you do?
Yeah,
What
what
do
do
you
I
do
do?
with
Like,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, what do I do with it?
Start out with, people talking to them about your intuition and say, "Have you ever had a gut feeling?"
All the time.
Yeah, that's your intuition
Or
talking to you. Listen to it.
or that
Trust it.
or that time the car you're driving your car and it's a red light and it turns green, but for a second you just stop and then some car just right before you're gonna press the gas, some car
Mm-hmm.
just zooms through that was gonna
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah, yeah. You stopped. Something told you to stop.
Something told you to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you
That's
measure that? No,
You can't measure it. You have to trust it.
you do have to trust it.
Yeah.
But you can also, from what Joe McMonagle said, it's kind of like a muscle. You can
Hmm.
actually like improve it.
Hmm. The more you use it, the better and stronger it gets.
Yeah, but in this society, it's like logic, this, that, mathematics. If you can't see it, you can't. It's not feasible
Well,
or it's not real.
left brain, right brain. Left
Yeah,
brain is very analytical, and
yeah,
I'm a CPA. I'm very analytical, but I'm also very creative and spontaneous, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. I
creative.
can use creative, thank you. I can use both sides of my brain. And that's okay too. You don't have to be one or the other. You
I would
can
say
you
that's the
can do
best.
both.
That's the
Yeah.
best of both worlds.
Yeah.
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 Um, that's awesome. I feel like more and more now in the corporate atmosphere because I had a bid meeting last year and
Mhm.
like one of the execs got up and was like, because we had like a right before the busy season started, they're like, listen, everyone, you're spiritual beings having a human existence, so go
Mhm.
out there and kill it. Come from a place of abundance. I was like, whoa, where did this guy come out of? Yeah,
Nice.
like I was kind of
Yeah.
surprised someone like such high in the
In
company.
corporate America would say
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So like more and more people are starting to wake up,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like COVID really helped too,
Yeah. I
because
agree.
that I think backfired on whoever did that. Yeah, I mean
That's another story.
that's another story. But the thing I'm getting from this is a lot of people were stuck inside,
Yeah.
so people got to spend more time with their family, which is
Mhm.
beautiful. And the
Mhm.
people that really didn't have family, like me, that was out of state, I
Mhm.
got to spend more time with myself.
Yeah. More
And
introspective.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
went in, and I was like, okay, what makes you happy? Is it the fast car? No, you don't need that. It's like keep traveling
Mhm.
and like keep improving yourself.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of other people did this too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
YouTube helped a lot.
That's true.
That's
That's
how I heard
true.
about this place.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, those CIA files.
Oh,
Yeah, I read about it.
yeah.
Well, some
Yeah.
other people told me about it like a year ago. They're like, dude, the government has something called hemisync where you do certain steps and then you can just have like a full blown out of box. But I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
It
And
was
here I
green
am,
to you, and now look at you.
and here I
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
So
yeah,
apparently it's true.
yeah. I found out about this place from a woman in my hypnotherapy training class. She came here after we graduated from hypno training, and she and I met up afterwards for lunch, and she was telling me she came here. And that was about 12 years ago, and it took me about a year before I came here after I learned about it.
Nice. What would be like the one thing that surprised you or you're taking back with you, like that you learned from this place or your experience?
From this time,
Yeah, this time.
um, that's a good question. I really came to meet like-minded people,
Yeah.
and I met a lot of really great people.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and you are one of them.
Yeah,
You are
definitely,
you
definitely.
are a great
My mom's,
guy.
I think I got that from my mom because she's not religious, and like we used to always watch like UFOs and like Bigfoot
Mhm.
stuff. But she's like, yeah, that's all true. And my mom kind of reads fortune.
Does she?
Yeah, she does a thing with the coffee. It's like in our tradition, as
Mm.
like apparently like it's passed down from generation to generation, where you drink like bitter coffee, and then you
Mhm.
put it upside down and give it a couple
Oh.
minutes, and
Uh-huh.
it kind of freezes up, right?
Oh,
So you
yeah.
turn it up, and then she can see it. She's like, so this
She
is what your
reads.
future. Yeah,
That's
I don't
it.
have her read mine, but so that thing might be biased.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, I met a lot of great people, and then we do these exercises, these meditations, and there was a couple of them that were very insightful for me.
perfect.
So,
And give you some new tools, right?
yeah, yeah, it gave me some great new tools.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you recommend other people come here?
If you're interested in this stuff, absolutely. It's a great place. I keep coming back. I've been here 5 times in 11 years.
You have
Yeah, five
5?
times. Yeah. I've taken a lot of the energy classes.
I'm gonna take the class at the end of the month, the intuition.
Oh, good. The online class?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Patty's.
that'll help me out in my career a lot. And I
Yeah.
definitely want to come and take the MC square.
Oh,
So for
that's a
people who
fun
don't know
one.
what MC square is, I mean it doesn't mean energy, plus mass. But what it really means, the class is it's spoon bending with your mind or with your heart, however you want to look at it, and it's also how to manifest things.
Manifestation.
Because I'm a big fan of the Matrix, and that part with the spoon is it's like the highlight of the movie. It's like
Oh.
don't try to bend the spoon, that's impossible. Instead, realize the truth. There is no spoon. Ooh. It's cool. It's a great saying,
Yeah,
Like there's no
yeah.
spoon. It's just in your mind.
It's just
You
in your
could do
mind.
anything in your mind.
Our mind is powerful. Our mind
Yeah.
and body are one, is what I believe. And if you can think it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Do you have any advice for people, as far as like hypnotherapy? I mean, I'll leave your information so they can contact
Okay,
you.
thank
But I
you.
always like to ask people at the end, do you have any advice for like just people that are like down on their luck, or sad, or maybe just generally need help?
Yeah, I'd say that people usually come to hypnotherapy as a last resort, and it can be very beneficial for healing, whether it's grief or depression or anxiety or the typical things like weight loss and quitting smoking. It can connect you to spirituality, like your guides. It can be good for pain management. There's a lot of different things for hypnotherapy. Um, it's shouldn't be a last resort because it's so much more accepted in today's day and age. It's a modality that's
Why would it not be accepted? Like
it used to not be, and now it's getting better press.
I used to do when I was 18.
Wonderful,
I went at 18. I
wonderful.
was like, I don't want to take pills. So
Yeah,
like, I knew
yeah,
someone that was like a part-time hypnotherapist,
that's
and
great.
I used to just go
You're
to
a
him.
rarity. You're a
Yeah,
rarity.
and
Yeah.
this is like 18 years ago. Oh God. And then it really
Shh.
helped because like I used to fidget a lot and be super hyperactive, like more hyperactive than now.
Oh
And
yeah,
then and it really helped me. It's like just calm. You're like the ocean, cooling. I think he did like 8 sessions for me,
yeah,
and it helped.
yeah. That's great.
And like I used to go like this. I think he gave me like a trigger point too.
Yeah, they
Like
do. Sometimes they do to put your fingers together, and it'll bring you back to the relaxed state that you felt during
exactly,
the session.
exactly. And I still do that sometimes.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it helps.
yeah.
Thank you very much for jumping on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'll leave your information on. Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, go and subscribe to this episode. I will definitely catch you next time.